A list of sensitive subject matter has been included in the episode description. A white dot flits against the moonless sky. Like a firefly in the last nights of summer, it is frantic, weaving, searching. For 100 years, it has not seen the devil's caldera through these eyes, and no eyes from Basin City have seen it. But tonight, it must risk being seen. Few adventurers ever even found the Zorn. The boneyard it had amassed was practically a millennia old, and still its corpses only numbered in the hundreds. Each and every one, a storied adventurer laden with ample provision and coin. Gone now. They were all gone now, and that was precisely why the Zorn had been commissioned. These hapless amateurs were never supposed to kill it. Thunder peals across the shallow sea as the white dot banks into view. Feathered wings rip anxious currents through the gathering storm. 4 wet black eyes dart across the horizon, straining to see a glint in the mud. The dragon needs to find its gold. We close in on its pupil, which contracts to a thin slit. The dragon banks, pulling trails of mist from its wingtips. As it dives, more mist gathers until a black cloud rains down onto the mud. Ironwater. The girl. She must have returned home by now. Gale force winds hit the houses first. Wooden tiles abandon their roofs and swirl into the vortex of rain and dirt and debris. Pools of fetid runoff break their banks and form rivers of shit in the mud. The dragon stomps through Ironwater's streets, obscured by the storm. It huffs and puffs, blowing out windows and toppling sheds, but still it cannot find the coin. Time is running out, and all of its best-laid plans have come to ruin. The dragon is sweating. It must find its gold. Before dawn, Ironwater is half sunk in a slurry of rain and anxious grief. Accustomed to such a mixture, her denizens seek shelter in the eaves or higher tiers. Kitchens and stables and wayward shacks lie abandoned. The dragon has gone, given up, retreated back into the obscuring clifftop mists, but the storm remains. Above it, the dragon breaches. Gnashing its tusks and grinding its hind knuckles, it looks upon what it has wrought for nothing. Embarrassed, ashamed, and no closer to its prey, it turns back to its lair. But something silhouetted against the rising sun catches its eyes. A great, wide wingspan. The figure soars slowly toward the dragon in absolute stillness. The dragon watches, trying to puzzle out what it sees. At last, the bird comes into view, its long beak breaking its silhouette. A heron. No, it's far too large for that. The heron. In a flash of ivory scales, the dragon plummets from the sky. Wind beats frustrated tears from its eyes until it can no longer see. It crashes into the cliffside, and as the dust clears, we see the dragon stand. Its chest is heaving, and a small trickle of blood runs from its nostril. It turns its head to the sky and sees the heron circling above. A snarl builds deep in the dragon's chest and erupts as an anguished cry.
Ah, shit!
Hello, one and all, and welcome to another episode of Unbalanced Encounters, the Misfortunate Four, the only show that dares to ask, what if all the cowboys and heroes were just guys with good PR? I'm your host, Patrick Perini. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
But that is just
Hi.
correct.
Yeah,
I mean, that
serious.
hello.
Yes.
I feel like these are getting more and more. The answer is just yes, right?
Yeah, that is just true.
We are we're gonna rejoin our party here. But first, let's talk about what happened in our last session. The venerable Prester Oltango of the Convent of the Fabled Thief smoked the party the fuck up, which was a good time.
I forgot.
Little
Last
puffs.
session was just, okay, how does Weevil act when he's a little too high?
We love to give the new kid a bit of a hit that's a little too big for him, you know? And so what happened next was a bit of a blur as the party was rushed along in their recounting of their great accomplishment, the killing of the Zorn. Formalities, and in at least the case of Crawdad Sally, the truth, were all a little hand-waved in the name of a better legend. It's fine. Everybody does it. Just be cool. Don't worry about the fact that Flo technically doesn't exist. Speaking of being cool, or rather not being cool at all, Odion bailed on all of you to instead go check on your employer, Bonathan Ramshackle. After a few words of encouragement, Ramshackle asked after the fate of a compass. Odion flatly denied personally finding one. Back at the convent, you all met Brother Bruce, a deathless half-orc who cursed himself via time travel. A fact which I definitely had written down and did not make up on the spot because I forgot that Weevil would reasonably know most people capable of giving curses. Anyway, Brother Bruce made you all some incredible magic items and sent you on your way. Headed back to Basin City, Cal and Weevil had a heart-to-heart before Weevil turned his magical curiosity on Flo's gun. The two of you disappeared into a cafe in the heart of the bazaar and underwent an identify ritual. Weevil had a magical flashback to a childhood memory of arson, met again the demon from his dream in session 1, and regained consciousness by way of a shotgun stocked to his teeth. Flo, helpless to stop the gun, very nearly pulled the trigger on Weevil's shadow. He was only barely able to help Weevil talk the gun down. Meanwhile, Cal and Odion stumbled into some people making their way to Ironwater. As they approached, they saw the unmistakable signs of a community coming together to weather a storm. And they saw the unmistakable signs of a dismal flood. Which is where we find you two now. And I have a very important question for Cal. In this moment of post-crisis, when you are arriving home to see your community pulling together to mend itself or to try, where would Cal go first?
She would go to the stables. It's the one place where she knows that Auntie is always going to be. She never leaves. She's a hub of information. Her parents, though, she's not quite always sure where they're going to be, and so it's easier to go there as the one guess.
And I think that you sort of make your way through Ironwater. And as you do, you are trudging through just shin-deep water, pushing past people as they haul tables upturned with everything they own, trying to seek higher ground. And you get the sense that it's relatively calm, but it's somber, the mood of this place. People are not panicked, more sad. And I think you lead Odion to the stables, and you see Auntie Sybil is kind of out front, and she has constructed a little bit of a breakwater, a little bit of a dam kind of around the outside, just a little bit of mud, thatch, some of the hay, some of the straw to sort of push some of this water out. And she straight up has a shovel and is just shoveling, bailing water out shovelful by shovelful out the front door of this stable as you approach.
You're gonna hurt your back doing that. Just give me a second, I'll be right there. As she kind of yells across, seeing her from a distance as they get closer.
Cal, what the hell are you doing here?
Well, we were just back and I figured we'd drop by. This is Odion, by the way. He's my employer of sorts.
Hello.
Ah, the big adventure, huh? Well, nice to meet you. Shovels are over yonder.
Thanks. Is it real bad? Did it get all the way back up into the building?
Well, the stables didn't get too much the worse for it. Fortunately, when they had this constructed, it was on a bit of berm. But, it's not great. A lot of houses washed out. A lot of ground floor is not going to be usable for a while unless you're a big fan of, the damp.
Maybe it's about time we start looking into waterbeds. I guess it could be worse. It's gonna keep the moose up, though. They can't lay down. I can hear Kevin already braying his dumb little heart out. God damn, Kevin.
Listen, they're gonna be ornery for a couple days, but they're not as upset as some of the people here in town. Listen, the moose will live. They like them. It helps the moss. It helps the lichen, but it's gonna take a long time for us to get over this one, and I just can't get over the feeling that this ain't the end of it.
Are we gonna be okay on repairs? If you need me, I could stay and help a little bit longer.
She, I think for the first time, really turns to you and looks you in the eye, puts the shovel into the ground, just the slop of mud. How'd it go?
Well, I think it went all right. And she'll turn over to Odion. I did well enough, right?
Is immediately in work mode of shoveling water and not paying attention to the conversation, and then hears, and then gives a thumbs up.
See, that's a good sign.
A glowing recommendation, I'm sure.
Well, it's not like you ever gave me any recommendation, so it's pretty good.
Listen, kid, I didn't give you any recommendation because I didn't want you taking my job and getting stuck down here for the rest of your natural-born days.
The only way I'm taking your job is when you give it to me and you're dead, right? We know this.
Ain't gonna happen.
Well, one of these days,
I'm
you're gonna ride
live
off
forever.
into the sunset with a moose and we'll never see you again. So at that point, I'd be ready for it. In your own home?
She sort of rolls her eyes, looks away. You kind of see her.
You gonna be sleeping up in the office?
Yeah, a couple of weeks probably. I don't know, how long does it take to build a house from nothing?
Well, I'm sure it can't be that hard. At least we've got him with us. And she's gonna, shovel and kind of toss some closer to Odion.
Most of the water over here is gone. Do you want to move more to the moose area?
Ah, you like taking orders, huh? All right. Well, why don't you go in and check and see if any of the stables need shoveled out? Like I said, the moose don't mind a little extra water, but it ain't good for them in the long run. Messes with their hooves.
Do you want me to go with them? If they don't know him, some of them might be a little angry with him.
Why don't you let your friend see if he can fend for himself, Cal? You and I should have a conversation here for just a hot second.
Fine. She'll turn to Odion. All right, when you go in, Kevin's an asshole. He might bite you, but you're going to be fine. When you go to Thundergust, don't stand behind him. He farts a lot. You won't be able to breathe. You'll pass out, and then if you fall in the mud and water, you'll drown. And you won't be covered by that either. When you get to Twinkle Toes, she's real sweet. She's a bit of a boulder. You won't have difficulties, getting her to, be kind and all that, but she won't move very well. So you're going to have to help her kind of get behind her hindquarters and push really hard. The rest you'll kind of figure out.
All right, the titling of these moose is immaculate.
Odion, Odion,
rename the reindeer for fun.
go ahead, please, and give me an animal handling check. We're going to give you the help action here from Cal.
I got an 18 and a 16. I'll take
All right,
that.
Moose
All
Boy.
right, 18.
Plus a whole 2.
A dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20 for some very fresh moose.
So you get in there, you sort of start moving these moose around, kind of helping shovel out their stables a little bit, kind of clearing out some of the water. And you get to Willowheart, And Willow Heart is one of the smaller moose. You kind of see she's probably a little bit more on the sort of show moose variety than kind of a working adventuring moose. Has just immaculately pruned wooden antlers.
Dressage.
Yeah, right, that kind of thing. She straight up will not leave you alone. And so you've made a friend. Do with that information what you will.
Gotcha. He turns to Willowheart. Oh, slay. And he continues to.
Boo. Kicked out immediately.
Banned. Oh boy, we jump back out to Cal
Very quickly.
and Auntie Sybil. It went okay.
I mean, it was fine. I came out alive, and that's the part that matters, right? And I don't know. I'm trying these magic thing, I guess.
I don't know why you are so reticent to tap into something that is, quite frankly, a talent. Not everybody gets the giant magic the way you do.
Well, if it doesn't bring in coin, it's not exactly useful to me right now. But maybe on the adventuring side, I can maybe raise my prices with it if I get better with it.
There you go.
So that'll be good. Then they'll keep me around and I'll stay alive.
She's got a little bit of a knowing smirk, and I think for the first time you see that she's got a little scar kind of above her right eye that you've never really noticed. I mean, again, Auntie Sybil's pretty old. She's got, sort of the wear of age, some deep set wrinkles. It's kind of tough to tell, but you sort of see this a little bit more clearly for the first time. You see that there's a little bit of injury in her past, and she shrugs and says, "All I've ever wanted for you is for you to do what is best for you. And I think right now that means following through on this here quest that you have been offered."
Cal will stick her shovel in the ground and kind of rest her forehead on the handle. It's just, am I gonna have to just work every day till I die?
Life involves labor.
Well, that's the truth, I know.
Every day there's gonna be something. And if it ain't putting food in your belly, it's shoveling water out your stables. But that doesn't mean that your life should be entirely about working. If you're making good money, stay at this. But keep in mind, whatever you're going through is going to teach you things about the world and about people that you'd never learn down here.
So now I'm going for school. Well, at least they're paying me for it, so I'll take that.
Hey, listen, you damn well better get paid. These people, over her shoulder, she sort of points, these people have fucking money. We have an Osprey-Heronshaw shoveling shit in our stables.
Yeah, he's a bit different from all the other adventurers that come around here.
I can tell.
Cal will dig a few more depths in, hoping to reinforce this barrier a little bit more before she kind of sighs heavily and trudges back to where she thinks Odion is, thinking she probably needs to help him because other than digging things out, he may not know what to do in the stables.
It looks like Odion has set up like small, intricate. Imagine if there were like tent outposts, but no tent. So each one of the stable areas has a little trench for drinking water for the moose, even though there's definitely a trough already there. And then like a little bedding area. He's like kind of patted down for a few of them. Willow Hearts looks the best. In the small amount of time that you've had in that conversation, he's been working diligently to try and like set this place up to look more comfortable.
Well, I guess this counts as creative thinking. Isn't that what they teach you in your fancy school?
No, just when you're out adventuring all the time, you get creative in your living spaces, and this reminded me of a few times being out there.
What, you had to build troughs like this in the mud and water?
Well, certain creatures or aquatic monsters, you gotta kind of lead them to where you want the fight to be. So,
Damn. Well, I guess that's why you're the leader. Old boss, captain, is that it? How did you want me to address you anyway?
I mean, Odion suffices.
You don't want like a title or something?
My actions show me what my title is.
Well, right now that kind of puts you in Poop Master title because that's what you've been doing. Digging out half of this ain't all mud, just so you know.
He crosses his arms. If Poop Master works with this scenario, then...
Boy, what in the hell?
I swear, he seemed a lot smarter when I first worked for him, but...
Willowheart wasn't saying I was doing a bad job.
Well, she thinks everybody's doing a good job, especially if you smell sweet. And you probably been somebody who's bathed more recently, so... Listen, you don't have to work here. You know that? You don't have to help out. Your dad doesn't care about this. This church ain't gonna document it. She'll go to try to grab your shovel. Trust me, there aren't no heroes in the mud.
That's the point of going out there, is to make sure that this all eventually gets repaired.
Where'd you even come up with this weird sort of hero story? Nobody else comes around with that.
He kind of looks around, puts a finger up to Willowheart and Kevin. B. John Johnson is not the most heroic of legends.
You know, I've been waiting for somebody to say that. They always do that. Like, we get little snippets every now and then. Like, you get it. They're little celebrities. And you hear rumors of it. They're, like, not very nice and whatnot. But finally, somebody from your size is saying like that. She kind of, like, punches your shoulder a little bit. But what do you know about it? Do you actually do stuff with him?
Could I get a perception check from Odion?
Okay, that is going to be a 12.
On a 12, I think that you are feeling just a sort of twinge distractible in the wake of that question, right? I think there's an element of like, how doth I count the ways that John Johnson kind of sucks, right? And as you're in your head about it, you're thinking about where to even start answering that question. You sort of glance up and out a high window of the back of this barn. And you see, perched on a dead and rotting tree, a bird. And I think that your survival brain, your tactical brain kind of takes over in this moment, and you start to make sense of the distance gap between you and this bird. It is a heron, black feathers plumed out in a raincoat, beads of water dripping down, sharp beak protruding from beneath it. 15 feet tall. It has to be. And we flash back. Odion.
Yes.
You are 17 years old. And you are on your first field training excursion away from the Devil's Caldera. You are on an island that we know as the Wood of Woe, but that has not been named for you. All you know is that the train dropped you off by the side of a bog. And you were told to head into a copse of dead trees protruding from shallow water like grave markers. Spanish moss hanging off of every crumbling branch. You were told to kill something. And it was something that you later found out was very important to some people who lived here. What was it?
It is a large, person-sized catfish.
I think you spend all of your daylight hours up to your hips in mud and water, and the fetid rot of leaves. Looking for this thing, just hands in the water, scraping things away, covered in scratches and bruises. And it's not until dark that you find this thing. And I would like you to please roll me just an attack roll.
I got a 13.
This thing fights back. You see that its whiskers whip off, piercing you in several places, areas that would become infected and send you into a fevered delirium for days after this event. But you persevere. You have to. There's only one option here, and that is to succeed. And as you go to land a killing blow on this catfish, it whips its tail around, smacking your pike off into the bog, and then collapses in front of you. And having no other weapon at hand, you have to choke the life out of it. And as you do, you hear its final words. "We won't forget this." And then it passes. And like most of your excursions, your adventures, you were told to bring this back. The church needs a record. So you drag what you would later come to find was a minor deity to some of the fish people that live around the edges of this bog, back to the train station with your bare hands. You feel the poison of its barbs start to seep in, and you feel your sort of visions start to smush and blend. The night sky becoming a swirl, eddies of color and distortion. And right as you're about to get on this podunk little train to take you back across the shallow sea to the Devil's Caldera, you see this bird for the first time. Not in a tree, but standing just at the edge of the train platform. And it is holding a spear and shaking its head. And we cut back.
He kind of zoned out, not listening to Cal. Sometimes adventurers, folks you grow up with, folks all around Basin City, they get stuck in a cycle, in a system that they just believe that this is the way it's always gonna be, this is the way it's supposed to be. And when you break from that system, that's when you can actually make yourself. The problem is, I am the system. So when yourself has already been made in an image, you can find it difficult to try to break away from that.
And Cal, as you're sort of turning this over, you hear from the main entrance of the stables, "Psst. Psst."
What the? Well, that ain't Auntie. What is it?
And you turn to see a very familiar man hiding behind half of the door. Just...
Damn it! She's gonna throw her shovel, like, at the side wall. Odion, we gotta get him! And she's gonna just start sprinting towards him.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna make this...
How did you even get here?
Are you,
What
like, tackling him,
here?
or are you just walking up? Like, what are you... Okay.
Straight in the water. It is all in. Like, she grabs, like, the collar of his shirt. Is like...
I'm really glad to see you.
This guy, she's like holding him barely up, like he was over in the caves with us. This is the one, that's the reason I came to you. This sucker, this is it. What are you even doing here?
Oh,
She's still shaking him.
It's the ostrich, lad. Good to see you. And as you're sort of shaking him,
That
you,
is a drunk man.
obviously demonstrably drunk. You see that his nose is bleeding a little bit, which is weird because you definitely didn't punch him. He didn't hit his head, right? Like you just shoved him sort of ass down into the mud. So you're not sure why his nose is bleeding, but his nose is bleeding. Stop shaking me.
Fine.
I am glad. I'm glad you yet live.
Sir?
No, you don't have to be nice to him. He's no
My
sir.
name's Rip. Nice to meet you, Ostrich. Do you still have the gold?
I almost died keeping that stupid promise to you.
That wasn't supposed to happen. That was the fates had not ordained this. Not supposed to. The Zorn, not supposed to die. Not supposed to die.
Odion takes a bucket of this puddle water and just full on dumps it clean into him.
I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm here. The gold.
Sorry, I couldn't understand anything he was saying.
Oh, good, you're alive. Do you still have the gold?
Yeah, thank
we need
you.
it
I'm
back.
so glad that's the part you're worried about.
It's all wrong. It's all
What
wrong.
do you mean you need it back? You
The
gave
fates,
it to me.
The plans, the fates, it's all wrong.
No, that can't be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I joined his stupid little party because you said so and you gave me that coin and I almost died for it. I'm not
Nope.
giving it back now.
Nope.
You said this was my
Things
fate. I'm
changed.
keeping it.
The Zorn is not supposed to die.
She turns to Odion. Do you know anything about this?
Sorry, we learn about prophecies and chosen ones scenarios, but I've never been in one actual experience.
I see the plans, and if we don't fix it, the devil wins. Can't have this. Nope. I can't have that.
No, listen, I'm not believing in any of this devil stuff. You lied to me. This coin is that payment then. That's on you. Should have read better, right, Odion? I don't know him anything.
I mean, was there a contracted deal between you?
Y'all are welcome to make some Arcana checks.
Fuck.
Good luck, nerds.
Dang it. I have 1 luck.
Good luck with that.
Okay.
Thanks. I'm going to bump that then to a 16.
That's pretty
That's
good.
a 5.
Odion, you weren't there. No clue. Cal, I think as soon as you say there was a contract, you sort of think back to when you established your contract with Odion that he would pay you 20 gold every time you saved his life. That felt like something. You're not super well versed in the way that contracts are sort of metaphysically reinforced in this world. You have not had a tremendous amount of cause to do business with other people in that way. But that felt like something. It plucked at the magic in you just a little bit. Nothing you have done with Rip Durkin has done that. We don't recollect making contracts. That does not seem like it would have been part of...
Well, when you gave me the coin, that kind of sealed the deal.
No! You misunderstand. The coin was not a contract, was it? Contract with handshake?
Listen, unless you're going to start picking up a shovel and moving this mud, then you need to get out of here because you're only trouble.
I can't leave without the coin.
Well, you're gonna because you're not taking it from me.
Give me an athletics check.
Okay.
Ooh.
You're trying to be like a 20-something.
Oh. Well, it's a 7.
Okay. He fully grabs you by like your chainmail, and with a force that feels way too powerful and canny for this guy, pushes you up against the wall, and the air around you condenses slightly. You feel it get sort of slightly more humid, and he snarls a little bit. If I don't get that gold, we are one step closer to the devil winning. Now, you wouldn't want the devil to win,
No.
Would you?
No, sir. Sorry. No, I don't.
As that happens,
Yeah. You want to intervene?
I rolled a 3,
Okay.
which would you say I was proficient with shovels?
Fuck it, sure.
Okay, so that's a 10. I'm going to use Make It Count, my stunt, to
Okay.
make it a 20.
You hit.
Hit this guy upside the head as he assaults my friend.
You thwack him upside the head, and you see the shovel fully splinters, and the handle just shatters, wood everywhere. You see a little trickle of blood start down the back of his head. Go ahead and give me the better of a perception or a survival check.
Okay. Natural 20.
Oh, goddamn. You see that the blood that is sort of pouring down the back of his head, obviously it's like matting in his hair a little bit, as it hits his neck and it starts to run down the skin, it starts to bead in like a weirdly like geometric pattern.
You motherfucker.
And
What?
he turns to you, grabs you by your shirt, and says, and then fully falls back into the mud.
What just happened?
What? Who is this guy? Who in the world is Rip Durkin?
Also,
Who in the world is
I just put two thoughts
idea.
together that I
Yep.
think would be insane if Patrick did.
I think I know. Oh, man.
Is that why you like
piece of
kickbox?
shit?
So you've got an unconscious man on the ground.
Do we?
Well,
Is he?
he's drunk, so he's like quasi-conscious. He's like murmuring to himself and bleeding slightly.
What the hell was that?
You all right?
I owe you, Odion. Thank you. God. Listen, I don't know who this is. He just gave me a coin. Said it was important that I keep it, that I join you. I don't know. He can have the coin back for all I care. I don't know what the hell that was.
Well, I mean, it is your coin, and it sounded more like a favor than a contract. So, if anything, I think a more sobering conversation. And then he like pulls out some rope.
So you're tying this guy up. Are you waiting around to sort of interrogate him?
I think Odion will, Cal. I mean, I could take him with me.
Where?
I don't know. I still have that meeting with my father.
It's
later.
fine. Just leave him here. He can sit in the mud and water for all I care.
You're leaving him just in the mud? You're just going to leave him on the ground?
Tied to, let's put him like one of the main stable poles.
Sure.
On the inside.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll
Cool.
leave him a bucket of water next to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with that, I think we're going to go ahead and close that scene out. We have a little bit more time here before the full end of the day. I think you guys are sort of kicking around in the early evening. This would have been sort of, I think the Heron moment happened kind of right around sunset. You all are going to be headed back to Lairtown to meet Bonathan Ramshackle, sign your employment contracts, and launch your expedition tomorrow morning. Which means that we have the rest of the evening and night for you to finish up any business that you would like to finish up in Basin City.
Business or business?
Hit the club.
Are we trying to be busy or are we trying to get busy?
This episode also apparently brought to you, but no, we're not going back to Fansley. We're not going back to Fansley.
No, this is not artistic enough for that.
No, 100%. So it sounds like Odion wants to have a conversation with Zachariah Osprey. Does anybody else have anything else they want to do? Doesn't all have to be scenes, though it sounds like that probably will be. We could also just do rolls to get some stuff accomplished. This is the last time, possibly in the arc, you guys will be in Basin City, but definitely before you sort of formally launch your expedition. So whatever you want to get done, this is the time.
I mean, I'm down for, taking some pixie dust, going raving, having a good night before we get down, All
right. Anybody joining Flo at the club?
Cal will go, but be extremely uncomfortable and act more like a bodyguard there.
What I would suggest, because I also don't have any specific business things.
Sure.
If no one has any other business things other than speaking to Odion speaking to Zachariah, maybe we have a night in a place together.
All right, so we have a club scene we want to do. Let's go ahead and get Odion. Let's go ahead and get you in conversation with your father, if that's something that you would like to do. We are back in Zachariah Osprey's study. Odion, you sort of show yourself in. It's after hours. Bimbley has sort of since retired. You see your dad's bodyguard, Buzz Voltaire, sort of lets you into the foyer and is kind of leading you toward the office. And she pulls this heavy door open.
Odion walks in, peeks his head in. A deep breath. Father?
Odion.
The adventure went off successfully.
His pen hits the desk.
The whole thing?
Oh, the beginning portions of the adventure went off.
One of these days you will learn to be clear when you are speaking, boy.
Oh my God.
Understand.
Everyone alive?
Yes, but I do have some notes.
All right. Let us hear your notes.
And he sort of turns around, pulls the pin off of his little gramophone.
In making sure that all my adventuring party were registered with the church, Arianna was not, there was no identification for her.
What?
She, according to the church, did not exist.
Boy, what are you talking about? Of course she exists.
Well, I assumed that whoever you had register her with the church.
Her mother, at the time of her birth. Now, admittedly, I was not in the room at the time.
Understandable. Us Ospreys have a lot of things to keep track of.
And besides, the registers of birth are women's work. I figured she could handle it.
And keeping track of all of the needed information is men, so I'm glad to understand that we're doing our part correctly. And he kind of pauses as that came out of his mouth, oh shit.
If you have something to say, Odion, say it plain.
Why did you just drop Flo on me like that?
You are her elder brother. You have a responsibility to our line. And you have a responsibility to your team. Is she not holding up her own weight?
When I met you those 10 years ago, I understood the agreement that was made between two professionals in what direction my life was going to go. And I understand that.
You are speaking cryptically, of course, of your mother.
I am confused as to why such means weren't made for my half-sister.
Holy fuck, give me an insight check.
Trying.
Roll well.
This is juicy.
We need you to do this.
I'm gonna bump this
Please.
with my 2 luck to make it a 15.
All right.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Go ahead and take a luck point. You needed to break an 18.
Oh, dang.
Odion, You are a born talent. You are more than suitable as the heir apparent to the Osprey legacy. But you are not my advisor or my confidant. The business dealings that led me to wed into the Floridia line are none of your concern.
I understand that. However, if you would like me to run this business correctly, I have concerns in the directions in which you set up certain strategies on my behalf.
You are concerned about the legitimacy of Arianna?
I am concerned that you are too frightened and scared to give me the information that I need in order to become successful in your endeavors.
He stands. Generally speaking, Zachariah Osprey is probably a good 3 or 4 inches shorter than you, Odion. But given your typical bearing, he is always standing over you. In this moment, I think that you are met as equals more than anything. And he puts his hands on his desk, and he looks you in the eye. Whatever misgivings you have about how I conduct my affairs are to be kept to yourself. If you have a genuine concern about the welfare of your adventuring party, you can take it up with the relevant authorities. Now, I will concede to you that it is a unique oversight of the Church of St. Wild that my daughter might not be listed as existing. And you could take to the bank that I will be looking into this. But I will be looking into this on my behalf. Because as far as I can see, and I can see pretty damn far, this is no concern of yours.
Understood.
Good afternoon, Basin City. I'm your train enthusiast, Ferrin Whel IV, coming to you with news of an historic occasion. 1,000 years ago today, the great Fireheart Express embarked on its maiden voyage, bridging the cliffs of Glimmer to the shores of Basin City and beyond. Today, our city's luminaries gather for a celebratory opening of the newly refurbished Drake Hotel. Magnates Montaigne de Vue, Zachariah Osprey, and Jeremiah Sasparella are all in attendance. And Miss Selina Alexandrine Tale del Torre can be seen sporting the latest couture from the Sherwood Row. In these tumultuous times, we take comfort in reminders of our city's long and glorious history of adventure and wealth, and the long-standing traditions of our best and brightest wearing their wealth proudly. The train itself is in fine fettle, still running on the same Red Dragon's heart which powered that first voyage a millennium ago. Mechanists warn that we are entering the end of this heart's useful life, and indeed the Fireheart Express has slowed a bit in its age, but for now it remains the fastest and most luxurious method ever devised for crossing the shallow seas.
Hi, friends. It's Patrick, your GM, your actual literal best friend, your Huckleberry, and I'm here for your gold. Stick 'em up. No, but actually, you know that we are not in the business of shoving irrelevant ads down your throat. And so this show is really made possible by your direct support. When you back us on our website, unbalancedencounters.com, 100% of your membership goes to keeping the lights on in our studio. Should you decide to grace us with your filthy capital, you shall be indicted into an elite legion, and the benefits of membership are many and varied.
You get our original soundtrack from all of our shows, including our 80-episode epic Rally. You get to name NPCs. You get access to new episodes 2 weeks early, discounts on merch in our merch shop, and even an early access copy of Waste and Wild, the Tales of the Valiant setting book designed by me, Cinder, and Rift Kid Games, containing rules for Flo's class, the Godslinger, racing minecarts, and so much more. So mosey on over to unbalancedencounters.com and give us your gold or fingernails or whatever currency is deemed appropriate in your cosmology. So we're going to go ahead and cut to the other thing that we would like to do. We are going clubbing. I have a very important question for all of you.
Oh, God.
Yes.
What are you all wearing?
Flo, after the experience she had with Weevil and at the convent, she just wants to get fucking shit-faced. And she's, for once, I think, not worried about the aesthetics of the place.
Okay.
And how classy it is, right? She's just like, I just want to have a good fucking time.
Cool.
And I don't even really want to bump into anyone I used to know anymore. This could be the last time I get to have a good time. I could probably die next time again. So you know what?
All right. So all of that in mind, you take your crew to the most raucous club that you are aware of.
Some shady shit happens in here, boys and girls, but good shady shit.
It is at the lowest point of the heavens tier of Basin City in an establishment called Heaven's Gate.
Ooh.
And you all rock up to this place, and I actually need Constitution saving throws from everyone.
All right, well, we rolling. Oh, I rolled bad.
16, solid.
16.
30-20.
Dirty 20.
A
17.
17.
16.
You all rock up to this establishment and are not immediately overwhelmed by the sights and sounds and smells of this place, but it's coming close.
Sensory
you
overload.
walk in and have to fight off the sensory overload as, like, 4 different bands are all playing in unison around the outside of this bar space. It's like they took a full orchestra and just split them into 4. And so you have this like intense fucking surround sound. One of them has just a big fucking taiko drum that they're using to pound out the bass of this song. Probably 3 foot in diameter, right? Massive fucking thing. The whole of this wooden building is shaking with every thump of this drum. There are no fewer than 8 bars that you can see in this establishment, going up 4 floors.
I love it.
Dude, I've been here.
I want to be here. This sounds amazing.
Yeah, I was going to say, this reminds me of a few days in my youth.
There are probably somewhere around 300 people between you and the next nearest bar that are dressed in all manner of crazy get-ups. You see people that are in full tuxedos, women that have diamonds braided into their hair. You also see people who are in just like shirtless suspenders with like culotte slacks that look like they just came out of like a fist fight, bloody noses, and just sweat everywhere. No one gives a shit. Everyone is just in this space to forget.
I think I've been here before, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I think as we're walking in, Flo is, depending on how well you can hear her over the noise, she's just sort of, and over there is, that's the cheese room, and over here, that's the orgy room. Only go in there if you really want a good time, you know what I mean?
No.
Oh, and remember, if you say no, they do have to respect that. If they don't, then they're out of here. Okay. And over there, that's where, if you want a good spanking, that's the best place to be. And so,
Just spankings?
and the flame. She just completely ignores Odion. And over there, that bar has the best shots. That bar has the best cocktails. And that bar has the best beer. Odion, that's probably your scene. Actually, you know what, Odion? You know what? I think you need a Cosmo. And she's going to drag him over
You don't
to
have
the
to.
cocktail bar. Oh, okay.
You don't have to, because as soon as you say you need a Cosmo, Gary has his arm around you. He puts a Cosmo in your hand, and he holds up a tray of Cosmos for everyone else. How you doing, love? Good to see you.
Good to see you. How have you been? Mwah.
Kisses, kisses. I honestly never thought you were going to make it back.
Well, I'm made of sterner stuff than you realized.
Don't I know it?
Oh, you remember Cal?
I do, as a matter of fact. Good to see you survived as well.
This is Weevil.
Odion and Weevil, you're fully looking at like a male Medusa with all of his snakes in a fucking man bun, who has just offered you a bunch of free drinks.
Hi, Mr. Stone Scales. You might have worked with my grannies before. I met you, but I was a lot smaller.
Not a lot of people know my last name in this town.
Oh, sorry. You went to my granny's house a little while ago. Years ago.
Oh, you're the Woebringer kid!
Yeah, hi. I'm a little bit bigger now.
Well, yeah, I mean, time does it to us all, doesn't it? You're looking good, kid. You been working out?
No.
All right, well, more power to you.
He makes little muscles.
Smile.
We just the second shadow's just fully flexing in the background.
Have you seen my beach ball?
So what are you doing? I mean, listen, I don't want to make this about me, but what are you doing in town? I feel like your grannies haven't been around in a hot minute.
We're adventuring together.
Mm-hmm.
Hot damn. Flo and a Woebringer adventuring together. Wild times in Basin City. Listen, drink! Everybody, come on, they're free, they're on me.
Oh, and this is my brother Odion, by the way.
Odion, like, immediately as the tray was put up, just instinctually grabs the drink and, like, went off looking another direction with the most, like, privileged look.
To the spanking room?
He looked over there. He took a game.
He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it.
I know it.
You asked us what we were dressed in? Because I was looking at it.
Yeah, I do want to know, because it sounds like everybody's sort of rocking up in whatever, but if anybody is getting dressed for this, I'd love to know.
I think Odion, to celebrate with his adventuring party, would actually, he never takes this get up out. He has 2 suits. And that's
Okay.
it. This one, however, after his conversation with his father, is it has a navy blue jacket with the white stripes. And then on the vest and tie that matches with it is an orange and black, like a silk vest and tie.
God damn.
That's
with
cool.
what's it called? It starts with a P. Paisley.
Paisley.
Oh,
Yeah.
Paisley,
The
the
pattern. Yeah, that's fucking
Paisley
sick.
pattern.
That's the craziest thing I've ever fucking heard in my life.
Amazing.
That's
Where that money?
fucking great. Yeah.
I think if Weevil has only ever experienced like a very specific style of like gala and going out, so he is dressed for that. So I think that he looks like Dracula. I think he's dressed, he's dressed the way he's basically dressed like Dracula. He's got like
Incredible.
he's just little red vest. Everything is pointy and sharp with a weird sort of ominous medallion.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that's fantastic.
Adorable.
I think she would have kept. It was just like one sort of flapper dress because it was very small and easy to kind of like roll up and keep in her bag. You imagine the ones where it's just like just tassels all the way down. You know, those ones. So when you like spin, it kind of like spins out, and it's just gold and shimmery. And she's got like a feather in her hair that she found on the ground.
You find a full albino peacock feather.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
Dang.
Amazing.
You show up for all of Flo just wanting to get the fuck out of the house.
Yep.
You show up correct. Cal.
Without the chainmail and the warhammer, that's how Cal
Valid.
shows up. Unsure of what else to bring or where. or what's appropriate. It is the nicest and really only option that she has.
I am proficient in artist's tools, and I'm skinning this as makeup.
Yeah, done.
So
done.
I have done us both up.
Yes.
And Cal, you are rocking the Zorn seal, the new necklace.
True. It is very beautiful.
Yeah, flashy.
And Cal, I think Gary sort of regards you. It's good to see you, kid. I love this. What a gorgeous piece. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Thank you. She helped me pick it out.
Well, Flo's got the best taste in all of Basin City. Except in men. Am I right?
Oh, stop. Gary.
Speaking of men. Odion, was it?
Yes.
You, more than anybody I've ever seen in my fucking life, look like you're in need of a good time.
You're not wrong.
If this gets to be a little too much, come find me. And he gives you a little wink and turns and walks away.
Oh, just in case you're worried, because I can see your face. He's a complete gentleman.
Wait, was that flirting? Were they flirting?
I don't know. And I think they think I know. And I don't know if Flo knows me as well as she thinks she does, because I don't know.
If possible, Cal will probably follow Flo. Sure, Odion's the leader, but in this space, Flo is the leader. Flo knows, and Cal will absolutely just follow behind. Very unreactionary, just trying to stay in her space and just eyeing everything, but happily taking any of those free cosmos. She is downing them as if they are water, and it is her only comfort. But very cautiously, because she knows she has makeup on, and so it's barely she doesn't want to ruin what Flo has created.
Amazing. I think Flo is having a great time trying to forget the sort of last day, and also enjoying this Bambi in this space.
Yeah.
Just guiding
all of. I was like, which one?
Because I'm assuming, unless Weevil wanted to join us too, or if Odion is kind of coming and joining, and we're staying as a group.
You are the party leader right now. Odion is out of his element completely.
Amazing. In that case, if everyone's together, I think, Flo is having a great time for once, being the one who knows stuff, and it's just
you know the real monsters here.
Yeah. And I think there's just lots of introducing you to some delights that you may not have seen before, and just sort of all of the dances in cages, or what the appropriate sort of etiquette is when slipping bills inside someone's pants, things like this, and it's a great time. She's just having a great
incredible. Are you you have the drug reference sheet? Are you seeking out anything in particular?
So
the what? Hold on, we're not just gonna gloss over that, young man.
I have what's called as a drug reference sheet.
Dear world builders, your world is not complete without a drug sheet,
which was provided to me.
The Dare Lion is looking at us, and he's so disappointed.
I think Sprite is the drug of choice for today.
Incredible. Sprite, a nauseating blend of obsidian black chocolate, ettercap venom, aerocetacean ambergris, locally sourced organic moonshine, and ground fairy wings that never fails to satisfy. When you ingest a dose, you cannot be rendered unconscious by any means for 1 minute. If you fall to 0 hit points within that time, you remain conscious until the end of that minute, at which point you die. Additionally, when you ingest a dose, make 3 DC 12 saving throws. Intelligence, Wisdom, and Charisma. Flo, could you please give those for us?
Oh man, I failed all of them. Real bad. I got a 1, a
really
4,
strong
and
dose.
a 2.
Incredible. So,
it's been marinating in her bag this whole adventure.
Max strength, baby. Intelligence, on a failure, you can no longer communicate in any intelligible way. Wisdom, on a failure, you cannot be convinced of any flaw in any idea you have. And charisma, on a failure, you experience temporary ego death, believing yourself to be one with everyone and everything you encounter. These effects last for 1 hour.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness. So, okay, how am I gonna fucking... All right.
Have the best night of your life?
You see Flo.
That's what I'm hearing.
You see her sort of like leaning over something, and then she comes back up. And
this is a liquid, by the way. This is literally...
Snorted the liquid.
I snorted
That's
the
fine.
liquid.
That's fine. I'm
That's
just
why
making
it's
sure
so
you
strong.
understood.
All right. So if it's a liquid, let me redo that because I didn't know that was a liquid.
I loved it. No, I think you should keep it that way.
All right. Just... And she just hugs Cal, and she hugs a Weevil, and then she brings in Odion and gives him a noogie. And she just like scampers off, and like you see her trying to like climb in one of the cages.
Are we supposed to be doing that too?
I am not.
And she's like swinging off the cage.
I mean, it looks kind of fun.
I mean, the cage part seems fun, but that, and he points to whatever is left of what floats it.
Gary is now sitting next to you, and he says, "Oh, yeah. If y'all are looking for some Sprite, I've got more."
Thank you.
I'm good.
I'm going to go help her. Cal's going to go
pressure.
try to hold the cage so it's easier for you to get into. Like she sees
Luck
this is your
point.
mission
Luck
that you need to
point.
do, and so it's very serious of her like pushing other people out so that way you can get in the cage, and she swings it for you like.
As Weevil's getting like knocked around by people, and he sees Odion in a weirdly calm state. There's a lot of people here. How are you so at ease?
Oh, I'm not. I fully disassociated for the most part. As he sips on the Cosmo.
It's a nice Cosmo.
Yeah. Are you enjoying yourself?
There's just a lot of factors here, and you can see Weevil is kind of like ping-ponging his eyes around the room, almost like you guys aren't in a club, but you're like surrounded by wolves.
Give me a perception check.
13 minus 1 for 12.
You're glancing around, and something in your intuition tells you to look up. And up around the 4th floor balcony that looks down onto your space, you see that someone has gotten jostled. They have been pushed up against the railing. Looks like kind of accidentally. They're like, whoa, kind of a vibe. And you see 2 black angel wings unfurl, and they push themselves back into the crowd. And you catch just the faintest glimpse of a familiar hat.
A familiar hat?
Yeah.
Who do I know with a familiar hat?
You know 2 angels with familiar hats, Bowler and Boater, and you killed Boater.
Oh. I elbow Odion and point up. I think our friends are here.
Oh, well, I never got a chance to tell you. They're also co-workers now. Ramshackle forgot to tell us that the ones who are invested in our expedition is the Old Scratch Capital Partners.
The same guys that tried to steal the map.
Correct.
And that roughed up Cal.
Correct.
I guess I just didn't expect there to be so many weird, convoluted connections, and I just thought we were going to go adventuring.
Well, this is a part of the adventure.
And Weevil looks around at this big, crazy club scene. How?
Like, and she's like in the cage, kicking someone out, fucking 300 style.
Nice.
So this is part of the adventure.
Yes, we are congratulating ourselves on completing one task. De-stressing, I believe, is what the John Johnson called it.
This is very stressful for de-stressing.
Yes.
Okay, well, what do you enjoy?
Oh. There's a deep stare that Odion goes into, as he has never been asked that question.
Oh.
I like this, as he holds the Cosmo. This is nice. I like seeing You guys enjoying yourselves. Having fun. You earned it.
Is it weird that the most fun I've had since this started is that when we were fighting that mud monster?
No.
Because I would rather do that again.
Well, okay. And he squats down, like, by a table, and he, like, sets some napkins up, and he sets his Cosmo to the side, and he takes a couple of toothpicks and everything. Imagine that dance area over there is our battlefield. The mission is to protect the VIP. And he looks at his sister. But also trying to weave our way through the obstacles of death and danger. The people. Don't touch the people.
Okay. Let's go. And he stands up and starts walking towards the dance floor. And as he does, I think underneath his long robe-type Dracula cloak, a little bit of plume starts to come up. And I'm going to cast Silent Image. And I am going to sort of shift almost like the lighting of the area around me so that I have just sort of like a little bit of like a glow. And everything is like heightened, like hyper saturated.
You start to see that people kind of around you that are sort of in this aura you're emanating get really absorbed in kind of their present moment as you pass, and they sort of let you weave your way through a little bit.
I'm almost like trying to lean into the fact that a lot of people are probably intoxicated.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm creating little things to like draw them away. And my goal is to get closer to Flo and Cal. And I'm also looking back to see if Odion is joining me or if he's staying at the table.
Odion joins it, yeah. He is doing what he said, which is trying not to touch people. But you see that there's a movement to it that... Is he trying to dance?
Give you a performance check.
Please be bad. Please be bad. Performance 10 minus 2, 8.
Yay!
Unclear. I think we just see Gary kind of holding court off in the corner. She'd be like, Cal, what are you up to?
Yeah. She's just helping Flo out. If Flo moves to do something, she helps. Like if Flo wants a drink, Cal is helping to like offer the drink, get plenty that there's there. Swinging on the cages, absolutely not a problem. Hitting on a guy, she makes sure that he can't move, right? Like she is on the other side there as like the best support wing that you could ask for.
Yes, we love a wing woman.
All right, well, God damn it. Take another point of luck, I guess. And do me a favor. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
That is going to be an 11.
I think she's like shown interest in a guy who at this point now really wants to get away from this situation. And he like bumps into you and like it just very quickly peels away.
Yeah.
And he sort of hip checks you a little bit. You kind of feel something's off and you reach down. The gold is gone.
No.
The fuck?
You put together... This guy didn't just pocket your fucking gold. You've been missing it for a while. You're not 100% sure if it fell out maybe when you were getting rid of the chainmail or when you were doing your makeup with Flo. It's been gone for a minute.
No. She's gonna grab Flo by the shoulders. I'm missing my gold. I'm missing it. She's gonna kind of start panicking and looking around on the floor a little bit to see if it drops somewhere.
And
the gold, it's circle. Just start looking for it.
And she's on the ground, like trying to like look for the gold as well.
Nothing.
Extreme form of desperation. Tapping in, like she's picturing this. She's gonna accidentally cast locate
Yes.
Let's go.
She knows like where it's supposed to be. She feels the shape of this coin, worn down, old, soft along the edges. It doesn't have a bright gleam to it, but she knows it. She's run her fingers across it many times over. She can picture the texture. She knows that gold color tarnished on it, and she is trying to picture where it could be.
You are raking your fingernails across the wooden floor of this space looking for your gold. What is the range on locate?
That's what I'm looking up. 1 mile.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Your panic pushes itself through your fingertips and into the wood. And you see little green sprigs pop up in the knots of this ancient floor. The tarnished color of a pale blue lichen crawling into the seams. And I think you utter a brief silent scream in a desperate bid to find this heretofore sacred piece of gold. And for a minute you do. For the briefest of seconds, it is exactly 1 mile overhead.
Overhead?
And then it is gone.
Up. Where's... She grabs Flo. I need to get upstairs. Now.
Hello. And she's like leads through, like elbow checking people, getting Cal through on this mission to get upstairs.
Weevil, you see them push past you as you start to close.
We're not subtle at all. Elbows.
I grab
flying.
Odion. I think something's wrong, and I start following after them.
All right, let's go ahead and get athletics checks from everyone. You can use the dex on this if that's your better ability, but I am going to say it's athletics.
I got 17.
15.
All right, so 17 and 15, we're going to treat that as a group 15. It is very much Flo and Cal leading the way as you just shove people aside. I think you guys went past Gary, and Gary does the like 2-finger whistle thing, and a door flies open for you. And you push your way upstairs. You're trying to get to the roof of this space. Flo,
Yeah.
you would know that that's accessible.
Yeah, I'd say there's probably like a rooftop terrace.
Yeah, 100%.
In this club.
I need a group stealth check from everyone.
Stealth check, dang.
Ooh, good thing I'm not wearing my...
I'm rolling
Yeah.
so bad.
Weevil, you can continue to make your
Alright.
spell attacks if you want.
I rolled a natural 1. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
it's
no,
an
I rolled-
8 with that being my spell attack.
That's
I rolled
actually-
a 2, and then I rolled a 1.
Yeah. The one, it is an 8, not a crit failure here.
Okay.
Odion?
I got a natural 2 for a 3.
Oh my gosh, you
Okay.
do.
15 from Cal?
Yeah.
If I add all of my luck, I get an 8.
Are you going to do that?
Yeah.
The DC here was an 8.
Oh, thank Christ. I'm glad I used
Flo, you and Weevil see Odion get lost in the bump and churn of this place, the sort of just body overwhelm of these upper tiers. And he very nearly spills his Cosmo onto the angel in the bowler hat. And Cal and Flo, now you see that this guy's here too. And Cal, you grab Odion, pull him back into your group, and the three of you push all of you onward and are not spotted.
Ooh,
Okay.
good.
But you make it all the way upstairs, and you burst out into your first relative moment of calm.
It's somewhere up here. It's somewhere up.
Perception checks. Individual perception checks.
Oh, I rolled good that time. All right.
That's much better.
What's my perception?
21.
14.
17.
10.
Flo, Cal, you see silhouetted against the rain clouds, backlit by the moon, a giant bird flying away from this space.
Yeah,
Odion, you see that too, but something is different. Its legs are not slender enough to be the heron. This is something else, and you are watching it vanish into the coming storm.
Cal,
What?
Did you check for your coin when we knocked that old drunk unconscious?
No, I didn't. I didn't think he'd be able to swipe it from me. What, did he send that stupid bird in our direction to get it?
No,
Do you know something?
I think that bird was the old drunk.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to say that again, or is this just too many Cosmos that you've had?
What old drunk? Like a shapeshifter?
I mean, I believe they could have been a shapeshifter. Very large shape to shift into. But, I mean, we can go check. We did tie him up back at the stable.
That's right. That's right. He was incredibly strong. It was ridiculous and unheard of, but he was also a drunk. We thought he'd just probably sleep there for the night.
Him.
Okay, I need everyone here to agree that Sprite is off the table.
Only if you fail your checks.
Cal will sit on the floor almost pouting. What am I supposed to do? Either that is the magic shape-shifting bird boy, or somewhere along now and then I've lost my coin.
And here's to him.
Well, how do you know that it had your coin?
I just felt it. I don't know, I saw some little green things and they were going up towards it. It feels like that's the thing, and I really wanted it, and it just felt connected. That's it.
Is checking to see if it was this drunk gonna help?
I mean, I could kick him and that might help.
But if he's still there, then he didn't take your coin.
Right. So I guess we shouldn't bother him tonight.
Cal, is this something that you think we need to... do we need to get this back before we go adventuring?
Well, I just wanted it. No, I don't need it.
I think Flo is going to grab Cal by the arms and look at her really intently. Can you roll me an insight check to see if you can figure out what I'm trying to impart?
Hold on.
Listen, I've been with her all night.
That's right.
I've been
all right,
picking
I'm
up.
going to say this is a nat 20. You have to clock a nat. It's the first thing is you cannot communicate.
Listen. Some girls don't need to communicate.
That's true.
And also, one of my languages is girl code, so I feel like...
Oh.
It is. It canonically is.
It actually is.
Damn.
Oh my character.
What?
You will not believe it. It is a nat 20.
Let's go! Girl code! Girl code! Girl code!
That's right.
I'm done.
Code
Podcast
wins
over.
You can't beat girl code!
Thanks,
Pat.
everybody. It's been great here on Unbalanced Encounters.
that,
I'm done. I'm
Does this need to
done.
take place in a bathroom? Because
You
I
guys have
feel
this
like
one.
it amplifies the ability to connect.
It's like when the drunk girl finds someone crying in a bathroom stall. And
Yeah.
Cal,
Yes.
please take proficiency in the language girl code.
Let's fucking go. Level 5 is awesome.
What Flo is trying to impart to you is the look of, if this is important to you, I will follow you deeper into the mud than I really ever want to go. But I will do this for you if this is important to you.
You feel Cal almost relax a little bit as you grip her between your hands. I would feel a little better about making sure.
She's gonna squeeze your arms a little bit and then sort of just let go, but end up holding one of your hands. And she's gonna turn to Odion. Hit him! Hit it! And she's just gonna drag Cal back to the stable.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna take the wheel back here.
Yes, that's fine.
No.
You all hurry your way back down to Ironwater and do in fact find empty ropes and a missing Rip Durkin.
Damn it! And she will kick the post where he was once tied up. She'll kick the post a few more times, let out some very intense breathing, and then start to unwind as she rolls up the rope and puts it back into Odion's hands. That's good enough for tonight. If it's awkward for a while, just kind of trudging back up, Cal will try to hold Flo's hand, because it was kind of a nice comfort that she so willingly grabbed her hand before to take her through. And she just kind of holds on, and you could see Cal kind of pulling back and using Flo to pull her forward.
Flo definitely gives her a little reassuring squeeze.
And I think you all are led by Weevil to a plush and comfortable little tent of an inn in the bazaar. And you get yourself a long rest.
Thank God for that.
And you wake up the next morning, Flo miserably hungover.
Well, she can talk, but isn't capable.
Right. And you make your way to Lairtown, and you all walk in through the big sort of vaulted arched entrance to the lair, that sort of atrium where the explosion happened all those days ago. And the light that's coming in is, for Basin City, a rare, clear gold. No rain this morning. As you see the earliest murmurings of enthusiasm and excitement start to coalesce. And you see, first and foremost, Bonathan Ramshackle, with an expedition's load of goods and sundries, ready and waiting for you all.
Good morning, everyone. It is good to see y'all. I trust you all slept well the night before our expedition.
Very good, sir.
Please.
Ramshackle.
Thank you, Odion. Dispense with the formalities. I am nothing if not a man of low station. Now, I've got some good news. It's better news. And the good news is all right here. And he holds up some papers. And here. And he holds up a little coin purse. But the better news is that I took it upon myself to read about your exploits in the official ledger. And it kind of holds up that little Gideon Bible-sized copy, magical copy of the ledger. Had I known what you would all be headed into, I would certainly have not sent you in blind. Unfortunately, good information is not always something adventurers can rely upon. In the Zorn, well, nobody could have seen that coming. But you all did it. You all looked that beast in its foul gullet and gave it a proper burial. Now, you all might be a little green, save for our young master Osprey-Heronshaw, but do not confuse inexperience with incompetence. From what I read, what Odion told me, and what I could see behind each of your eyes, you are ready for this, and you have made our path all the easier for the doing.
I think something is still poking the back of Weevil's neck a little bit about the whole thing. He's not great at insight, but I would like to make an insights check to see if he's just trying to talk us up.
You can all make insight checks if you'd like.
Potentially natural one. God damn it.
Ooh. Weevil, I think you're eating, honestly.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Weevil is like getting pumped, amped up.
19.
On a 19, you notice that Ramshackle, when he says that he can see something behind each of your eyes, does not make eye contact with any of you. And as a matter of fact, his eyes don't seem to be moving.
Okay. He's blind.
What?
He holds up a map.
This will be our deliverance. The way is clear.
Yes, it is. Now,
Now,
and he kind of looks around. No one else is making sounds.
You're doing your own theme song.
Yeah. I love that.
all right. Now, the paperwork. Once these are signed, you will all get your advances. I believe you should find the terms largely amenable. And Odion, you in particular, I think will find them to be a little less egregious than what I believe you faced under the John Johnson.
What do these contracts say?
With my experience in the woods of woe, where coin is not worth nearly as much as a contract that I've been grown to raise from a young age, I would like to genuinely investigate this contract to make sure it feels like I'm not signing my soul away to anything unintentionally. +7, oh my god, 24!
24!
Yay!
All right.
Now we're rocking.
You're going to get a lot of information here, Weevil. First things first, here's the breakdown. All of you are getting a 200 gold advance.
Ooh,
Whoa.
But each.
Each.
Oh, shit. All right. Pretty good.
You are all designated 1,000 gold upon successful completion of the expedition.
What?
Plus a 20% take of net plunder.
Oh, interesting.
That's an even 5-way split. That's what you guys would all have gotten on like a 10. That's a good start. Weevil, you notice a few other things. You notice that Cal has an extra clause in hers, guaranteeing her an additional 50 gold as a healer recruitment bonus.
Hey.
Then you get into the grit. You get toward the end and read the following passage. Hereby, the parties agree that the adventurer assigns the financier all present and future rights and title to all magic items leased, procured, created, or used by the adventurer for the purposes of the expedition, excepting only those magic items created by the Church of St. Wild for the express purpose of commemorating a duly recorded personal legend. This clause, put simply, entitles the financier, presumably Old Scratch Capital Partners, to every magic item that you use or find in the purpose of this expedition, singularly accepting the ones that are created by the church.
I'm going to quickly grab everyone's contracts before they sign them and see if they all have that same sort of clause.
They do.
We're going to need to just make a couple little adjustments here before we sign. And I'm going to I'm going to manifest a black pen and start Xing out that section on all of the contracts.
I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Woo.
Yeah, this magic contract stuff.
14.
No damage taken, but the pen, as it touches the paper and you start to make alterations, sparks and explodes, and you kind of throw it, you whip it back across the room.
Oh, I see. You just... And something clicks in my head and goes, you finished these before you negotiated them.
Well, the negotiations for this particular contract were brief. This clause in particular, I had a similar thought about this. Well, you remember, Odion, when I said that Mr. DeVue had been most generous in his financing.
Whatever's down there, he wants for him and him alone.
Perhaps, but he was insistent upon this clause for one reason or another.
Excuse me, but what about items we take in? And she kind of like has her hand on her gun. It doesn't does it specify things we find or just like anything?
Anything.
Weevil interrupts before he can answer. I don't think that matters. We need these rewritten, and I push the contracts back to him. The clause removed.
Flo, go ahead and give me an insight check.
I only got 6. So.
Even on a 6, you're not sure why, but your gun is like leaping out of the holster.
She's torn because this gun is like dangerous for her even and potentially her friends, but also it's hers and her family's, and there's some that she doesn't want to just like let that go before she finds out what it all is. So she's going to take a step back and I really am not comfortable signing this.
Are you going to be the one doing this contract negotiation on our behalf?
As the leader of this expedition, it is my responsibility to negotiate with the financiers. Yes, they will not work with anyone else.
Then these are the terms we will accept, and my shadow will turn into like an accountant's hood. You can tell the financier that if there are any specific objects that they want us to take out on their behalf, they must list them by name. And we will honor that contract, but we will not keep an open state. We will not blanket everything. And then I look to the other guys. Open-ended contracts are dangerous.
Again, I think the bigger problem is how. Pen to paper ain't gonna do it.
If we were to sign these contracts tonight, right now, do you have all the information on you that we need to get started with the adventure?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Amazing. Thanks. And I look at him, and when I say thanks, my shadow leaps out and surrounds his, and I will cast Charm Person on him.
What is your spell? What's your safety DC?
15 now. It's a wisdom save.
Gets a +3 to his wisdom saves. That's a failure.
Nice.
But before you start in, you see him adjust his hat, crack his neck a little bit, takes his gun out, fires into the ceiling, burning his first legendary resistance, reholsters his gun. Hate having to use that thing. I would thank you not to levy charm magics at me in the future, Weevil. I'm on your side.
Hey, my grannies tell me, never sign something you don't like, and if you can get it without signing it, take that shot. I'm sorry, I won't do it again.
I appreciate the hustle, and I'm going to be honest, when I was your age, I probably would have done something damn near similar. I'm doing my best to keep this on the level with y'all, but I am simply unsure how we're going to be able to get this eradicated, especially given that the capital has already been fronted. Flo, it's at this point that Ramshackle's sort of holding this up, and he's gesturing to it.
And I think you can see her hand trembling down next to her holster. And she's gonna, in the blink of an eye, pull it out and shoot. But she's shooting the contracts.
Fire erupts from your gun, singeing the claws away from the paper and leaving the rest of the contract unharmed.
I was not expecting that to happen, guys. But I'm glad it did. Flo is going to kind of stand there, arm raised, still holding the gun.
The oxygen out of the room, right? I don't think anyone knows how to react to this in this moment.
She's...
I think that as cool as this is and helping us, after the weird vision with casting Identify and seeing this demon and understanding how powerful contract magic is, Weevil is less cool, the gun helped us, and more what is it doing to Flo? And he goes from looking at the gun up to trying to read her. A 9 insight check. I'm going to use luck. I don't care. I have 2. 11. 11. That's a huge difference, maybe.
Yeah. I think, honestly, because you were there with the whole thing and you kind of know so much more intimately what this is all about, you can see she's behind that sort of cool, very thin, cool veneer that she's got. It's the same face she had when she was pinning your shadow down.
He will send his second shadow towards Flo and just very gently have it put its arm sort of on her forearm and help her holster the gun.
She will absolutely let that happen.
It does not go back without a fight. You feel it wanting to fire again and again and again until there is nothing left of these papers. But the immediate sense of threat that it was sort of acting under does seem to have assuaged. Flo, you are not the most tactically savvy person.
Absolutely not.
You are not the most emotionally savvy person.
Nah, not that either.
You know when someone is afraid for their own safety. You know when someone has had the heart of themselves ripped out and shown to them. This clause was about your gun.
Yeah. I fucking knew it. That's why I was just like, this includes shit we're taking in, doesn't it? Yeah. I fucking thought so.
I am impressed. And I have no qualms with signing these as is. I think the concerning clause has been fully and duly eradicated. But I also think we may have gotten off to a bit of a bad start. Where we are going, and he starts handing out the contracts. We are going to need a bond of trust. There are long nights ahead of us, full of uncertainty and mortality. That is our noble profession. To push into the uncertain, to push into the long nights. And through strength, perseverance, and yes, camaraderie, to conquer. We have a prize, and we seek it together. Or we all die apart.
Odion steps up. Ramshackle. I'm tired of old adventurers telling me that they know better but still need my assistance. I will trust you if you are being honest and saying that you know everything that you know and you are giving us all that information as well.
Insight check.
16.
Oh wow, 23.
Oh shit. He's got a good poker face, goddamn.
Well, he's blind.
You catch your own reflections in his smoky quartz sunglasses. I promise.
And he'll put his hand out. A contract then.
Next time on Unbalanced Encounters.
Paparazzi! That was like the whole first fucking third of the episode. We did snapshots, and there's lights and cameras, and Flo is fucking eating. Weevil also having a really good time. Odion account, not so much. But the people, they are absolutely loving it. And then, maybe not surprising anybody, the John Johnson shows up and steals everything! Says that it's actually going to be a race to get to the gold as they launch into the lair. Then we go into the fucking lair and things are going pretty well until Flo gets distracted by a present, an actual heartfelt thing. Who would have thought? And again, everybody gets fucked up in their sleep. Is another encounter, and then wacky racing, and there are hooks and orangutans and all manner of perverse nonsense. And Weevil nearly dies.
Or does he?
The Misfortunate 4 is an Unbalanced Encounters production. This episode's showrunner and GM was me, Patrick Perini. Cal of Ironwater was played by Caustic Phoenix. Arianna Floridia Osprey II was played by Emily Graymore. Odion Osprey-Heronshaw was played by Craig Pate. Weevil Woebringer was played by Cinderblock Sally. And midroll announcer Ferrin Whel was voiced by Cleo Birch. This episode was produced by Sabrina Ortiz. Its Lorekeeper was Nick Plaisance. Scripted segments by Patrick Perini and Colin Epstein. Game design consultation by Mason Allen. And original music by Sayer Roberts. For the rest of the Misfortunate Four and other delightful shows, visit unbalancedencounters.com or search for Unbalanced Encounters wherever pods are casted. Okay, we love you. Bye.